Ted Danson's Life is Fun at Any Age Playbook. Actor Ted Danson says turning 70 didn't signal a time to slow down. It was a reminder to stay in motion, although he says he's thought about slowing down. Speaking with People magazine this week about his Netflix series, A Man on the Inside, Danson said playing a retiree turned investigator reinforced the idea that you have to get out there, stay curious, keep your foot on the gas. He admitted that at 70, he thought he should step back. But as he approaches 78, he tells himself to stay hopeful and engaged. Danson says that mindset is good for physical health, good for energy, and makes life more fun at any age. His own career reflects that philosophy. He's leading a new season of a hit show, working again with The Good Place creator, Mike Schur, acting alongside his wife, Mary Steenburgen, and recording a long-running podcast with Woody Harrelson. Okay, so what's the real message here? You and I need to be more like Ted Danson. I don't mean have a great head of hair. I mean keep moving, keep being active. Say yes to every opportunity that comes alive. Get out of the house. That is his secret to being so active and vital at age 78. Let's dig a little deeper here. Now, I've long been a fan of Ted Danson. I just find him funny and interesting. I especially like him appearing as himself on the HBO series, Larry David's Curb Your Enthusiasm. But I also saw everything from A Man on the Inside. I would recommend that show. But I'm not here to give you theater criticism or tell you what TV shows to watch. To me, the interesting thing is his philosophy of life and why it's making him successful. I don't mean financially, although he's been very financially successful. It's keeping him vital. It's keeping him young. I mean, he obviously looks older than he did when he was in Cheers 40 years ago, but he stays in shape. His voice sounds the same. He moves, to me, much younger, the way he moves, than what the average almost 80-year-old person looks like when they are walking. And I think it's this idea of he's not going to just sit back and watch TV and say, well, I'm retired now. And I'll be honest, I'm not a big fan of the concept of retirement. Can you switch out of one job and go into other things? Sure. But so often when people say they are retired, what they really mean is they withdraw from the world. They withdraw from society. Life becomes about sitting around on TV, complaining about something you saw on television, and complaining that your grandkids don't call you often enough, and it makes everyone around you miserable. Ted Danson, I don't know him personally, doesn't seem like he's miserable. It seems like he's having a blast. Now, it's amazing just his sheer productivity. It seems like no matter where I turn on the dial or what streaming app I'm using, there he is in another show. Just since he turned 70, he has starred in The Good Place, The Orville. I never even saw that. Curb Your Enthusiasm, I saw him there. Mr. Mayor, I never even saw that. Mulligan, I didn't see that. And A Man on the Inside, which I did watch every episode. So, I mean, the guy is working all the time. And with all that going on, he's done 150 episodes of a podcast with Woody Harrelson, another really famous, successful actor who he united with originally on the cast of Cheers. So he doesn't need a podcast to make money. He is, according to, and you have to take this with a grain of salt, but according to estimates on the internet, he's worth north of $80 million, possibly as much as $100 million. But when you look at the sheer number of TV shows he's on and the residuals he must have received, it's hard to imagine he's not worth the $100 million. So clearly he has no financial needs. He's doing a podcast. It's fun. He likes talking to Woody Harrelson. And he says it gives him an opportunity to talk to all sorts of famous celebrities, other experts that he wouldn't normally have the nerve to just call up and talk to or say, meet me for lunch. That's a fantastic attitude. People ask me all the time, TJ, what should I do for I want to do a podcast. What should I do? How do I make this work? My advice is to essentially, even if you're not worth 100 million like Ted Danson, do what you want that's fun and interesting. Maybe it does turn into something that's financially lucrative, but do it first and foremost for fun and see how it blossoms. So Ted Danson, I hope we see you in a lot of TV shows and the occasional movie next year and the year after and the year after and the year after. Keep it up. And he's very similar in some respects to Jerry Seinfeld and Paul McCartney, people who are wildly successful creators and who are fabulously wealthy. And they don't retire. They keep doing the stuff they like to do because it's not strenuous like working in an Amazon factory, having to pick up 500-pound couches. It's talking to people and moving. In the case of Paul McCartney, singing and composing. So I hope wherever you are in your career, realize you don't have to retire. Maybe we can't all be as successful and as famous as Ted Danson, but we all can continue to do new things that test us and stretch us, where maybe we fail sometimes and maybe they turn out to be big successes.